Hey there, you're listening to BD4, where there's no better way to get your Yankees and Knicks analysis. Yanks every series, Knicks every game, and MMA on occasion. Here's your host, RJ Carbone.
And a high drive into left center field. Stanley's going to watch another one fly. Are you kidding me? DiVincenzo a three. Bang! Bang! Knicks take a
Take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
At the wall. See ya! See ya! See ya! Mr. November. Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down and the game is tied.
Rose, you shook up the world again.
I did it again. But God did it, man. I really just had
Gonna have to. Brunson running away. Oh my! He has been the best player to put on that uniform.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Okay. Well, it's the season with 9 lives. You know, the Yankees go out there and they drop 2 out of 3 again, this time to the Phillies. Another good team. And they do take the final game. Somehow, the series itself is kind of background noise to all that's going on right now. You know, we got injuries, we got trades, we got big picture stuff to talk about on this show. But we will dive into the series itself, of course. But yeah, we're about there, man. We're about there. In a couple of days, it will be the trade deadline, and we will officially have 2 months left of ball before we get to October. And we'll see if the Yankees will be playing in October. Hopefully they will be playing in October. Because I haven't been to a game. Because I have not been to a game this year, which is wild for me. And I'm trying to go save some money to get some October tickets. But to be back on topic here, this is it's a weird time to be a Yankees fan because it's the dog days of the summer coming up and like the team's playing poorly. And from what was a bad stretch, just the June slump that they usually go through every year, it's extended to like a big part of their season now. To where it's not just a little bit of a stretch, because now you look back and you can say, well, the Yankees had a great April and May, then they had a bad June and July. So this has become the season they're having. They're not having a good season, but because the American League is so wide open, we're still able to talk postseason, at least at the moment. But yeah, I guess, again, I don't want to dive right into the series because I feel like the elephant in the room here is the Aaron Judge stuff. Yesterday, now as I'm recording this, it is Sunday the 27th. So yesterday, July 26th, I woke up in the morning. I did a quick glance at the phone because I get the lineup card on my phone as a notification. When I looked at it, I didn't even notice Judge wasn't playing. It was a quick glance. Okay, cool. There's the lineup. And then I forget where I saw it. Somewhere on social media. I see Aaron Judge is out of the lineup because he's got right elbow pain. And that scares the ever-loving crap out of me. And for 24 hours, every single Yankees fan known to man didn't really care about the baseball game that was being played. And didn't really care about the series until they got the news. Not 24 hours, but for 3 hours, I guess I should say, because he got the news after the game that it wasn't the worst case scenario where everybody thought it was with the UCL. And if it's the UCL, that means Tommy John. And if it's Tommy John, that means you're going to miss Aaron Judge, not just the remainder of this season, but all of next season. Knock on wood, but it turns out it's just, and I put that in quotes, a right flexor strain. So it's the elbow, but it's not the UCL. And this goes back to, Yankees fans have been chirping about this. It goes back to the Toronto series because I think in the Friday game against the Jays, one of those games, you could see Aaron Judge getting the ball back into the infield, throwing the ball from right field, and you could see him wincing. And clearly something bothered him. And I saw it at the moment. I didn't think of anything. I just said, whatever, he's fine. Because after the game, he was fine. And it was crazy. Because if they noticed it from then, and if Aaron Judge went into the dugout and he talked to his manager about it then, the fact that they let him stay in the game and they let him play more baseball until yesterday is freaking wild. But at the same time, it's not shocking given how this joke of an organization, at least regarding injuries, handles injuries. But again, thank God it's not the UCL. And also Aaron Judge did say, for what it's worth, that he felt he could have avoided the DL and just DH'd for a little bit. But Boone and the Yankees, I think, do want to be careful because I think with flexor injuries, if you aggravate it, it can lead to a UCL problem. But I just think they want to be sure, and hopefully it sucks because we have to wait and see, because the Yankees' plan here is they think it's going to be 10 days in or 10 days off, and then he's back in. They think it'll be the minimum 10 days, and then when he gets back, they say they're going to DH him for a little bit, and they're going to play Giancarlo Stanton in the outfield. That's the idea. They say they might give him some outfield reps. Giancarlo Stanton, who is, I think, first percentile in sprint speed. You see the guy run the bases. You see the guy get hurt all the time. That guy they're expecting to play the outfield. Now, Yankee Stadium right field, small. I don't know if I want to see that. But it does give you a little bit, it presents an issue because when if Judge does return in the next 2 weeks, it's going to suck that he's going to have to DH for however long that is. And then you're going to have to decide which days you want Judge in there, which days you want Stanton in there. Because I'm sure they're going to give Judge some days now where he's not playing at all. And Stanton's already been used as a drag and drop bat. He hasn't exactly played every single day, but it does make things interesting. And then when Judge, let's say we do get to the point when he's fully healthy and he's ready to go back into right field, you hope that he's 100%. You hope that it's not rushed. You hope that he's still just as effective as he's always been in right field, and the arm isn't a problem for him. So there's a lot of hoping, a lot of ifs. But let's play along here and say it is just the 10 days to 2 weeks. I do think the Yankees should be fine if they play up to freaking par, because they have one of the deeper lineups in baseball to maintain an Aaron Judge injury as great as he is for a short sample of time. So that's the Judge stuff. The Yankees did make some trades, which we'll talk about a little later in the episode. But what I want to do is head to a quick break, and then when we get back, we'll dive into this Phillies series, where, again, the Yankees dropped 2 out of 3. Let's talk.
Quick break here, guys. Stay connected with BD4 on social media. Follow us on Instagram and X at BD4Pod, and find us on Facebook by searching BD4. Don't miss out. Join the conversation. Want more BD4? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss an episode. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and share with your fellow fans. Don't forget to ring that bell so you're always the first to know when a new video drops.
Okay. let's talk Yankees-Phillies. On Friday, this series began in a 12-5 loss. You had the righty Will Warren going up against the righty veteran Taijuan Walker. Game was back and forth, and it was close for a while until the wheels fell off in the 7th. But the Yankees started off pretty well. First and second inning, you get Bellinger and Wells with home runs. Yanks up 2-zip. Top of the second, before you got to the Wells home run, top of the second inning, Will Warren makes an error on a throw to second base. It ends up not harming the Yankees, but it was one of many errors this series. Top of the 5th, Kyle Schwarber hits a game-tying home run. Bottom 6, I just triggered Siri on my laptop. Bottom 6, Giancarlo Stanton with the go-ahead home run to make it 3-2 Yankees. Then top of the 7th inning comes, and again, the wheels fell off and the train derails. Nick Castellanos with an RBI single to first base. Goldschmidt makes an error on the throw home. That ties the game. And then you get Realmuto with the back-breaking 3-run home run to put the Phillies up 6-3. Bottom of the 7th inning comes, and Anthony Volpe hits a solo home run. Aaron Judge hits a fly ball to score a run, sac fly. It's 6-5 Phillies. So you just need to keep it there. But top of the 8th comes, Kyle Schwarber hits his second home run of the game. It's a big one, 8-5 after a 3-run shot. And the Yankees in the top of the 9th inning, their bullpen did it once again, where they deflated all hope and continued to just give up runs to make close games blowouts. Sosa with an RBI single, Stott with a 2-run double, Turner with an RBI triple. It's 12-5 Phillies all of a sudden. So the Yankee bullpen, 3 1/3 innings, 10 runs. Tim Hill got the 6th and 7th. He wasn't good, allowed 2 runs. Weaver completed the 7th. He was bad, surrendered a 2-run shot. Hamilton pitched the 8th. He was bad. He allowed 2 runs. Then Efros, who got the 9th inning, decided to double that, and he allowed 4 runs on 4 hits and 1 walk in 1 inning. He was so bad, he was demoted afterwards. So much for him becoming a key piece down the stretch, as I predicted just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that was all. That was hope. The Yankee bats scored 5 runs, 10 hits, 4 home runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts, 0 for 3 in scoring position. They had 2 multi-hit games. That was Jazz Chisholm, who won 2 for 4, and Paul Goldschmidt, who was 2 for 4. But I want to go to the mound, and I want to tip my cap to Will Warren, because I thought he pitched well. Will Warren in this game on Friday tossed 5 2/3 innings, gave up 2 runs, surrendered 5 hits and 3 walks, but he struck out 7, did allow 1 home run, threw 89 pitches, got the no decision. Looked good. This is the 9th time of the year. 9th time this season. We're tipping our cap to Will Warren. It's a good amount. Having a good rookie season. And did a nice job against the Phillies. He nice to see him somewhat neutralize their lefties. Again, he had some walks, but Philadelphia lefties on Will Warren on Friday night, 2 for 10, single and a homer. Fastball, changeup, curve. That's his lefty combination at the moment. Changeup he doesn't use often. He needs to develop that pitch to be more effective against them. And then fastball, sinker, sweeper to righties. The fastball continues to play, gets a ton of swing and miss. He just needs to work on command, right? He leaves pitches up, he's going to get hit hard. He misses his spots, he's going to put guys on base with walks. So that's his issue right now. But he's been good. 5 1/3, 2 runs is very good. Or 5 2/3, 2 runs is very good. Strikes out 7. He's been racking up whiffs, strikeouts. He's been very durable. He's making every start for the Yankees. And the thing I like about him is he's starting to hold down some really good playoff lineups. I know he had the blow-up start against Toronto, but You look at his recent starts, 5 2/3 shutout against Seattle. That's a top 10 lineup. 5 1/3, 2 runs against the Cubs. That's a top 10 lineup. And then this start against the Phillies, who are also a top 10 lineup. Those are 3 contending teams, and those are 3 top 10 lineups that Will Warren did a nice job against. So that was nice to see from the rookie Will Warren. So that's why we're tipping our cap to him. He continues to do his job. And then we go to Saturday, the second game of the series. The Yankees lose 9-4. The righty Marcus Stroman going up against the lefty Ranger Suarez. Top of the first inning, Real Muto with an RBI single. Top 3, Bryce Harper solo shot. Top 4, Rojas and Turner with RBIs make it 4-0 Phillies. Yankees answer back bottom 4 when Jason Dominguez hits an RBI single. Top of the 6th, Trey Turner answers back with an RBI double. And then the game gets out of hand once again the top of the 7th where Sosa hits a 2-run bomb. Jazz makes an error at second base fielding the ball. That leads to a Schwarber 2-run double to put the Phillies up 2-1. Yankees get a couple of garbage time runs. Bottom 7, Stanton hits a 2-run shot. And then bottom of the 8th, Rice scores on a balk. So their bats produce 4 runs on 9 hits, 8 singles, 5 walks, 12 strikeouts, and they go 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Listen, Ranger Suarez is a really filthy pitcher. He's tough to hit. They only got 1 run and 5 2/3 on him. Struck out 8 times. He's tough. He's got filthy breaking balls. He's got a deep pitch mix. Yields a lot of soft contact. He's a good pitcher. They couldn't get to him. Stanton goes 2 for 5 with a bomb. Jazz 2 for 5. Volpe 2 for 4. On the mound, Stroman goes 3 2/3, 4 runs, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, 1 home run, 89 pitches, and he gets the loss. He was due. He had been pitching well results-wise recently. Did not pitch well in this game. The bullpen, 5 1/3, 5 runs. De Los Santos makes his return from the DL. It's been a couple weeks since he's pitched. He wasn't good. Loaizaga continued to suck. He walked 2 more guys. Alan Winans continues to be the trash that he's been. Gave up a bunch of runs, bunch of hits, extra base hits. He was not good. And that was your game on Saturday. Today, the Yankees bounced back and won. Hopefully, more to come. They win 4-3 today. They had Carlos Rodon, the lefty, on the mound against the righty Zach Wheeler, so it was a good pitching matchup. Top 2, Castellanos and Kemp hit home runs off Rodon. But bottom 2, the Yankees fight back right away, thank God, because I feel like if they didn't score that inning, they would have lost this game. But they answer back immediately. McMahon with the game-tying double. Wells with the go-ahead sac fly. Trent Grisham with an RBI single to put the Yankees up 4-2. So, tied it up, came back, Rodon did allow the home run to Kemp. Solo shot top 5 to make it 4-3. But he finishes 5 1/3, 3 runs, 4 hits, a walk, 8 strikeouts, 3 home runs allowed, 90 pitches. So he wasn't good. The home run ball continues to be a major fucking issue for him. It's not just command, but it's sequencing, being less predictable sometimes with what he throws. To Castellanos, he leaves a changeup middle of the plate. To Kemp, the first home run, it was a slider away. And then to Kemp the second time, 95 middle of the plate after a fastball the previous pitch. So those are the 3 home runs. Fortunately, 3 solo shots, but not a good outing from Rodon at all. The bats, 4 runs, 6 hits, couple extra base hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. They go 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Did a nice job considering it was Zach freaking Wheeler on the mound. To get 4 runs, all of them on him, that's impressive. So to all the old men who don't think the Yankees hit good pitching, there's another time right there where they do hit good pitching. The bullpen, 3 2/3, no runs for once. Loaizaga got the rest of the 6th, and Loaizaga was finally effective. 2/3 of an inning there, no runs, 1 hit, gets the hold. Weaver got the 7th. He rebounded. 1 inning, no runs, 1 strikeout, gets a hold. Still was hit pretty hard. Tim Hill gets the 8th, 1 inning, no runs, gets a hold. Got hit pretty hard too. but he did a nice job against the heart of the Philadelphia order there. He had to face Harper and Schwarber. And then Williams got the 9th, and that is who I'm going to tip my cap to from the bullpen. Devin Williams. I thought Devin Williams did a very fine job. He was the best Yankee reliever in this series. He only appeared once, and that was today. 1 inning, no runs, struck out 2, got the save. Devin Williams is on a pretty good run right now. You know, in his last 17 games, he's got a 2.16 ERA, 16 2/3 innings, 24 strikeouts, 1 home run, 7 hits, 3 walks, and a 0.60 whip. So that's the guy the Yankees traded for. Again, it's the same thing. When he's got his fastball velocity, the screwball is filthy. 96 is different than 93. And when he locates it, that too. It's all about the location and the velocity for me. When his fastball's there, so will his screwball be. He needs to remain consistent. He has not been able to find a consistent stretch up until these last 17 games. So hopefully this is it. As awful as the Yankee bullpen has been this year, they do have guys, right? They've got Weaver. They've got Tim Hill. They've got, if he's healthy and right by October, Fernando Cruz. And they've got Devin Williams, who in my opinion is the key to this whole damn thing. You know, the bullpen is making or breaking their season right now. If this guy is the guy the Yankees traded for, they have a legitimate shot in October. If this guy is not the guy they traded for, and he's the guy that they've been seeing or that they saw in the first couple of months, month and a half of the season, they're going nowhere. Devin Williams holds the key to the Yankee season. So we're tipping our cap to him because he's been very good for a bit. 8 times he's gotten that respect this year. So, speaking of trades, let's talk about the 2 trades the Yankees most recently made. And we're going to do that when we return from our break in just a sec. Stay with us. Be right back.
Love BD4 but don't have the time to sit down and watch? Don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify so you never miss an episode. And if you're enjoying the show, leave us a 5-star rating and a quick review. It helps us grow and keeps the conversation going.
All right. The Yankees made a couple of trades. Nothing crazy, but they definitely addressed a couple of issues on the team. And they gave away very little value and very little prospect capital in doing so. Right? They traded away a couple of prospects. Clayton Beeter, one of them, one of their number 8 prospects. They traded very little. And with that, they turned Peraza and Vivas into Ryan McMahon and Ahmed Rosario. And the Yankees have Ryan McMahon for 2 more years after this season. Ryan McMahon's the bigger one. This was the first trade they made. It was 3 days ago now. The Yankees chose to not go after any extreme at third base, which I think ultimately is smart, right? If they were to go after someone like a Eugenio Suarez, that guy is all bat, no glove. It's extremely tough to not get elite right-handed power like that, which is the most important thing in this game right now. But it would have only added to the Yankees' major defensive concerns on the left side of that infield. He's not a great third baseman, nor is he a great shortstop. So they didn't want to go after that extreme. And then you look at someone like Ke'Bryan Hayes, who's kind of the opposite of a Suarez. He is all glove, 0 bat. I don't think they wanted to do that because at that point it's like just keep Peraza out there. It would have been the same thing as not making a trade. Just stick with Peraza's bat. So they went out and they got Ryan McMahon, who is an even better glove than Oswald Peraza, because remember, Peraza's not a third baseman naturally. But what he really separates from Peraza with is Ryan McMahon's a major league bat. So you've upgraded on both sides. When you look at Ryan McMahon's bat, the big debate is the Coors Field factor. But again, you're not asking this guy to be Babe Ruth. And when you look at his metrics, even with ballpark factored in, so you look at OPS plus, which is all about ballpark factor, it's been just below 100 for his career. Year to year, he's hovering around 93-ish. Oswald Peraza this season posted a 26 OPS plus. That means he's 74% worse than the average bat. You're replacing that with someone who's about average. And he is, as much as we want to talk about Coors Field, you're getting a left-handed bat who's got good metrics, high exit velocity numbers, high hard hit numbers, and you're putting that lefty bat inside Yankee Stadium. He's got a career high this season in terms of pulling the ball in the air. He's done that more this season than he has any other year. So I think that's good. I think he'll be fine offensively, but because he is a left-handed bat, it makes some of the other Yankee lefties more expendable because they are left-handed heavy now. You can maybe do something with, you know what, maybe now that Judge is down, I don't know if you want to trade Grisham or even if it's Rice. I don't know. But point being, Ryan McMahon, the trade was just about upgrading from Peraza, and the expectation offensively, give us a low 700s OPS, 20 home run pop, per 162. Do your thing. He's got an excellent glove. His glove is even better than Peraza's. He is 90th percentile in outs above average each of the last 5 years. He's really good at ranging to his left, which is going to help Volpe have to worry about one less thing now. He's got a good enough arm, and he can even play some first base in a pinch. But he's an excellent third baseman. This is a guy Rockies fans loved at third base, and he was the guy who preceded Nolan Arenado. He followed Nolan Arenado, who is considered by many the best third baseman defensively of all time, and they loved McMahon's defense. So that says a lot. I think Ryan McMahon's going to do great. We'll get back to him in a second. Last night, after the Yankees lost, they went out and they signed, or they traded for, Ahmed Rosario. Ahmed Rosario, I think we talked about him a little bit in the past. I think last season, I think we talked about him preseason this year. He's a veteran of the game. All right, it's a guy with postseason experience. It's a guy who's got experience playing in New York City. He spent 3 years with the Mets earlier in his career, came up as a top prospect in their system. So with Ryan McMahon in, with Oswald Peraza out, the Yankees are very, very, very left-handed. Rosario, I'm thinking they brought him in because they needed a right-handed bat who can hit lefties. This season, Rosario has an 816 OPS against left-handed pitching. Over the course of his career, he has an OPS of 799 against left-handed pitching. So he's a great hitter against southpaws. And overall, as a bat, he's a career 273 hitter, 707 OPS. So you've added 2 more average bats to an already deep lineup. Now, Rosario's fit is a bit more curious because he plays multiple positions, but he's not good defensively really anywhere. He's a terrible shortstop. He's a pretty bad third baseman. Second base is probably his best infield position, but you have Jazz Chisholm there. I don't know if they want to do that often. He's bad in right field. In the outfield, his best positions when he does play there, left field and center field, where he's about average. Doesn't have a ton of experience out there, but I think that's where you're going to see him play. But again, the defense, he's not going to be playing every day. All right. Ahmed Rosario is going to be starting against left-handed pitching. He will be in the lineup against lefties. There will be days where Jason Dominguez sits because Dominguez is bad right on left. There will be days where Ryan McMahon might sit because he's not great for his lefties. And there might be a day here and there where Jazz Chisholm gets a day off or maybe a move from the third for a day. But Ahmed Rosario will see left-handed pitching. He's not going to be in the lineup a ton against righties. But yeah, those are the two trades the Yankees have made so far. And just looking at the moves themselves, they're fine moves. You can't be upset at it. You got better. You know, you're not mad at losing Clayton Beater. You're not mad at losing your number 8 and number whatever prospect that nobody even knew who they were. The Yankees only improved in these trades, right? They've improved a little bit in the areas they needed to improve a little bit in. They improved on the left side of their infield, and they also got a decent bat with McMahon. And they've improved in terms of matchups in your lineup with Rosario as a right-handed bat. But McMahon is somebody who's come in here already, and he's got 2 games of playing time underneath his belt, and he's already winning some Yankees fans over. So I'm going to tip my cap to Ryan McMahon for the first time already. Where were you when Ryan McMahon saved the Yankees season? 2 games played this series. He goes 3 for 6 with a double, a single, and a walk, 2 RBIs, and he made a number of dazzling plays at third base, saving runs already, preventing extra base hits, sliding to his right, sliding to his left, making some strong throws. He looked good. He's going to look good. And I'm not, like, riding the hype train on Ryan McMahon, but I'm excited for him, you know? I think this is fun. I think it's funny that he shaved. I don't know if you got the memo, but Ryan McMahon, welcome to the Yankees, and welcome to the Yankees for a couple of years here. That's a nice bonus, right? It's not just a rental. So that's cool. I'm looking forward for the defense because the defense has been an issue. And the infield needs to tighten up soon. And hopefully Ryan McMahon helps. But it's kind of a little more than just like trading for guys. You know, it's like hopefully he helps, and he will help. But it's more like this is ingrained in them. The Yankees play sloppy defense. It's just kind of who they are. You know, this before we talk trades and about pitching and bullpen, etc., like we are going on weeks on top of weeks now where the Yankees are out there and they're kicking and dribbling and fumbling and spitting the ball all around the diamond like fools, like freaking fools. And their manager sees nothing wrong with it too. He'll say they're a good defensive team. He'll say, oh, we only play bad defense in that ballpark. He'll say, oh, maybe the runner was going to trip. That's why he threw to that base. Right? It's excuse after excuse after excuse because he's the team mom and he has to almost play a shtick because everyone, for whatever reason, now thinks that's the right thing to do. Bottom line, the defense, the fundamentals, I just feel like that's an issue that's not going to completely go away, no matter what you do. They tried to get new personnel in the offseason. It's an organizational problem for me. They made 3 more errors this series. Relays and double cuts, went back to cover, routine ground balls, routine throws. You got Rice at first base having trouble picking balls. You got Jazz at third base and even second base now making some errors. Volpe at shortstop's not been good this year. The catcher position has been rough. Escara's getting catcher's interferences left and right, allowing pass balls. He's got no arm. Wells doesn't have a strong arm. Dominguez is having trouble getting the balls in left field. You got Grisham sometimes in center field getting lazy. The Yankees, as a team this season, love to give away free bases. Okay? They have the 4th most errors in Major League Baseball this year, which is shocking. I thought they'd be 1. They have the 10th worst fielding percentage, the 6th most wild pitches. They're only 15th in outs above average. And here's a fun stat for you. They have a .656 win percentage when they don't make an error, 42-22. They have a .366 win percentage when they do commit an error, 15-26. Play clean baseball. This team wins because they've got talent. That's what that tells you. So for a team that generates a ton of ground balls, you don't like the amount of errors you're seeing. That's not good. So, yes, hopefully Ryan McMahon helps and Rosario can play a bunch of positions if he's asked to. But really, for me, it's instincts and it's IQ and it's practice. And it's just, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the Yankees work on these things. And it's not something you can just perfect overnight either. They had an entire offseason to try and figure this out. Didn't seem like they really got to it. They thought it was personnel. And they said, all right, we'll ignore everybody else. But again, you can aid it by getting pitchers who keep the ball out of play. If you go out and you get pitchers who keep the ball out of play, it helps. And I think that's what the Yankees have to go after next. They have to go after hard-throwing relief pitchers who miss bats. The Yankee bullpen this season has been a problem, but they're not being helped out by their defense. So the Yankee bullpen consistently blowing leads, ties, blowing close games every single night, right? That's all that's happening. They're 27th in F4 this season. They're 22nd in ERA. And here's the important part for me. They're 21st in fastball velocity, 20th in strikeouts, and 6th in ground ball rate. Those 3 things, again, not promising. It tells me you need to go after premium names who throw the ball hard and rack up strikeouts. So you're not relying on your suspect infield to make plays every time. So whether it's David Bednar or Duran or Clase or Sir Anthony Dominguez or Griffin Jacks, Mason Miller, Ryan Helsley, the guy Halverson on the Rockies, Fairbanks, Cade Smith, whoever, they need a hard thrower who can get big outs. Because right now, you've only got 2 hard throwers in the Yankee bullpen. And the only 2 hard throwers that you do have are not cutting it. Ian Hamilton's been bad. Johnny Loizaга's been abominable. So the idea of, hey, let's grab some more journeyman spin specialists. Let's get those guys off the scrap heap real quick, and let's make that the entire identity of our bullpen. That's not going to work. That's not smart. You can't keep doing that. They've overdid it with that. It's too much to ask of Matt Blake. You can teach off-speed and breaking pitches to guys, but you can't teach velocity. And I think it's finally time to pony up and pay. Go pay for guys who throw hard. Stop worrying about prospect capital. You didn't spend any on the 2 upgrades you've already made. Stop worrying about contracts, etc. Go out and get some guys who fucking throw heat. So it's nice that Yarbrough and Cruz and Leiter, it's nice to see that they're all on the mend here. Even Luis Seal, which would put Cam Schlittler most likely back to the bullpen. In the bullpen. But the Yankees still need at least, and I say at least, 2 more relief arms. At the very least. They go out and they get a couple of those guys. And then we'll see. Right? And then we'll see. I said it last episode. Every year for the past, I guess it's for the past 16 years now, every year we get to a point in the season where something clicks in our minds and we tell ourselves, oh, yeah, this team's not a contender. But now any point going forward, there will be a point where I fake myself into believing it at some point. You always get to that point where like, shit, now the real hope is gone. I feel like we have reached that point. I feel like anything from here is kind of just faking it. But the Yankees aren't selling. The Yankees are going to buy. And it seems like they're going to buy pretty aggressively. According to Cashman, according to Jeff Passan, who says the Yankees have the farm to get done anything they want. According to all reporters, it very much seems like the Yankees are going to attack this deadline. Now it's up to Cashman to execute. And you can't blame them for buying, right? Listen, I think selling is kind of like they're due to do something like that. But you look at the other side of it, Judge is okay, seemingly. You're still in contention mathematically, right? You still have the second best run differential in the MLB. You still have some of the most important aspects of what it takes to win a World Series. You have home runs and you have strikeouts pitched, right? You're top 10 in homers. I think you're just outside the top 10 in K rate. Most of that's from the rotation. But most importantly, you're not going to sell because you have a very weak second half schedule. And the American League is wide open. The American League is wide open. The Tigers are in a free fall right now. The Toronto Blue Jays, I'm sorry, I don't take them serious as a postseason contender. They're going to win the division, sure. I don't take them serious in October. The Houston Astros, sure. I don't take them serious. The American League is wide open. It runs through the Yankees until it doesn't. They just won the pennant. So they're going to have to keep this thing going and keep fighting because they're on pace for 88, 87 wins, which has them right now in second place, which is the first wild card. Or the second, I have to look. But they're in contention right now. And I get it. They have big issues too. Bullpen, defense, it's atrocious. But that's why I'm going to sit here and continue to say I'm going to hold off on my final judgment until after August 1st, after the deadline. I want to see what this new roster looks like, and I want to see what this new Yankees team looks like for the final 2 months entering the postseason. That's the most important 2 months of the season. The first 4, a feeler. The last 2, that's the team that's going to be playing in October for you. So we'll see what happens on whatever it is, July 31st. This Yankees team needs to start winning again, and they need to make some trades. And quite frankly, I don't think their pitching is good enough to hold off until July 31st. I think they need to make some trades before this Rays series tomorrow night. That's who they have up next. They've got Tampa for 4 games to finish off this homestand. You got 4 games against the Rays, who are on a 4-game losing streak. They are on a 4-game losing streak, the Rays are. Yankees need to go in there, and honestly, they should sweep. They really need to start getting hot. Toronto lost today for what it's worth, if you're still keeping track of the East. But that's what we got coming up next. So, folks, we're going to head to our final break, get back, wrap it up with our trivia when we return. Stay with us.
Want everything BD4 in one place? Head to our website at BD4blog.com. You'll find links to every podcast platform, social media, and even our blog, where we dive deeper into all things BD4. Check it out now and stay connected.
Okay. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to episode 887. The Yanks need wins and trades now. Let's get to our trivia. All right. In episode 887 here of the podcast, our trivia question of the day is, if I can pull it up here, which player did Roger Clemens whiff on June 12th, 2003 at Yankee Stadium for his 4,000th career strikeout? All right. Which player did Roger Clemens whiff on June 12th, 2003 at Yankee Stadium for his 4,000th career strikeout? Let me know the answer. I appreciate you all, as always, for tuning in. I'm going to wrap this one up here. We're about 45 minutes in. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you soon. Go Yankees. Well, if you made it this far, that means you listened to or watched the entire episode. Thank you. Just remember to follow, subscribe, download, rate and review, and all that fun stuff to help out the podcast. And I will see you in the next episode of BD4.